Hi guys, welcome back to another session on quantitative ability, and our today's topic is averages. And our question is: the total expenses of a hotel are partly fixed and partly variable, varying linearly with the number of guests. And the average expense per guest is $70 when there are 25 guests and $60 when there are 50 guests. The average expense per guest when there are 100 guests is option number 1 $55, 2 $58, 3 $54, and option number 4 $57. From this question they given it as two information, that is if 25 guests then per guest it is $70, and if it is 50 guests then per guest it is $60. So from this we can make total cost. If it is 25 guests, then the total cost will be 25 into 70, which means for per guest it is $70. So 25 into 70 gives $1,750. Likewise, we can find out if it is 50 guests. So total cost when there is 50 guests is equal to 50 into 60, because for per guest it is $60. So 50 into 60 is equal to 3000. From the question itself, we can find out that first sentence in the question given it as total expenses of a hotel are partly fixed and partly variable. So we can find out it as total cost is equal to, partly fixed means it is fixed cost and partly variable means variable cost. So total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. So from this equation we can find out prepare another equations from the question, that is let x be fixed cost and let y be the variable cost. So we can prepare an equation, that is x plus they given it as 50 guests, so that is 50y, because it is varying according to the number of guests. Variable cost will be vary according to the number of guests, so that is 50. Variable cost given it as 50y. So x plus 55 is equal to total cost. We already find out the total cost as 3000. Likewise, for if it is 25 guests, x plus 25 y is equal to 1750. So we made find out the two equation 1 and equation 2, that is in the case of 50 guests and in the case of 25 guests. So from these two equations we can find out x and y. So if we get two equation, what will we do? We can add two equation or we can deduct two equation. So from this, if we want to get only one variable x or y, we have to deduct equation 2 from equation 1. So equation 1 minus 2 is equal to x minus x will get 0. So 50y minus 25y gives 25y is equal to 3000 minus 1750 will given as 1250. That is y is equal to 50. So we can easily find out the x also. We can make or substitute it in equation 1. So to find x, substitute y in equation 1 gives, equation 1 means x plus 50y is equal to 3000. So we can find it out as x is equal to 3000 minus 50y, that is 3000 minus 50 into 50. Y is already find it as a 50. So from this equation we can find out x is equal to 3000 minus 2500, that is x is equal to 500. So here we find out both fixed cost and variable cost, that is x and y, that is variable cost is 50 and fixed cost is 500. So in the question they asked that the average expenses per guest when there are 100 guests. So we can easily find out the total cost for 100 guests. So total cost when there is 100 guests is x plus 100y. That will be the equation, and we can substitute x and y to that equation, that is x is 500. So 500 plus 100 into y. Y is 50. So 500 plus 100 into 50, which gives 5500. And the question they were asked the average expense per guest. So here for 5500 is the total cost for 100 guests. So for per guest, how we can find out? Average expenses for per guest is 5500 divided by 100, that is 55. $55 is the answer. So option number 1 is the answer, that is $55. Thank you.